You guys' daughters are twerking at 5. 5.
This should concern every person in America, but especially parents.
It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town and Ski Yee. I'm playing them Princess Tiana ballet music, and they are asking me, can we hear Pound? I don't know what to do. And I'm so scared for these little girls today because this is the most insane agenda push I have ever seen. Y'all are not helping your kids. You're hurting them. I'm trying to get them interested in proper things for their age, and you guys are exposing your kids to this raunchy secular music. Why is you guys' 5-year-old daughters singing Pound Town?
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And as you saw it and you heard it, this is nothing new because we even been saying this at camp as well. And I'm not even sure how old this video is from it, but we've been saying that we done heard and seen 5-year-old children twerking, 10-year-old. And we even say no child should be even twerking. That's like an adult thing, but now it's been so accessible to do it because these mothers will teach them to do it. But who does it ultimately go back to? Esau, because he's the one who promotes all these things to happen, and of course he knows that targeting the women makes it easier because he knows that to break the men you have to go through their women, and he has done it. Now that you done made it to where even if you're a father, you have children, especially in this time, that the fathers will follow along with it now, even if you put them back inside the house. Because you have fathers that will defend what these children are doing, whether it be from the women twerking or to the young men selling drugs. Because this is the so-called black culture that you grew up and raised up in under, right? And the whole black culture goes back to Esau, because there was no black culture by the time when we was in slavery. That didn't come about till, if I remember correctly, 1820. I think 1820 is when they started calling it black culture. So it was never our culture to begin with. It was Esau telling us this is our culture and this is what we had to be. And Lord and behold, we done followed it, right? So I'm gonna start off with this scripture real quick. This is Proverbs 10:2. It says, treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness deliver from death. And that righteousness that delivers from death is ultimately the Lord, because he's the one who woke us up from this wicked world to understand that this ain't what we're supposed to be. We ain't supposed to be out here twerking or being drug dealers and all this other stuff. That's what media pops out, because that's all you see on TV, right? This is all you see. This is what you're all grown up to be. But then you have a certain amount of our people that will actually come from that and actually get good jobs and actually do well. And then you got us who would tend to do better, to understand that it takes more than drugs and a good job to get where we need to go, because where we're trying to go is through our salvation. So we don't knock anybody that wakes up out of that mess and trying to do better in their life. You still have to work in this society, even though Esau pretty much pushes that for our people. It's better that we're drug dealers so we get locked up and hemmed up or even killed. But here it is. You will have some few sisters out there that's actually teaching their daughters not to do these things. If your daughter never learns to twerk, that's a good thing, because you're not supposed to be doing any of this stuff. From Esau's from being under Esau, right? Because none of this profits us. Nothing profits us from twerking, from being drug dealers and all this other stuff. But this truth profits us because we have a second chance. Unlike 2/3 of our people that's just hemmed up with Esau. They run from Master when the cops pull up. They'll defend Master if he gets attacked by someone. Even down to our women, they'll rather be with the white man before us because of the skin color. Because in this society he is qualified to have that money more than we are, right? So, and this is all treasures to these people. The cars, the TVs. They want to make it, so they want to make it with a lot of money, but they don't want to work for it, right? It goes to show you that to show you the example of how we conduct ourselves versus these people in the world is so much more greater. We just have to keep that drive of being better than these people, not just well, of course, ultimately in the street, but doing what we're supposed to do, right? Which is also getting up to work until the Lord comes back and ultimately blows this place up, right? So I want to get into that word nothing, because it says right here, treasures of wickedness profit nothing. So what does that word nothing mean? Well, when you go into the Merriam, it says not anything, no thing, no part, one of no interest, value, or consequence, right? So let's go back. Treasures of wickedness profit no value. Treasures of wickedness profit no consequence. And see, with Esau pushing all these agendas for our people, at this point, the women is not being held accountable. There's no consequence for them doing the things they do. I'm not even just talking about the twerking. I'm talking about just even how they conduct themselves as mothers. They loud and all in the store. The children think they could grow up and do the same thing. Whole time the little boy gets shot, the mother's a hoe. Excuse the language, but the daughter's being one too when she grows up because she's seeing nothing but men going in and out of these houses. So what do you expect the daughter to do? There's only but so much you can do at this point. And it still ties back to Esau because of what? The media. You the mother watch, or even the father sitting there watching BET. Guess what? The children watching it too. World Star. How does all these kids hear about World Star? Even back when I was going to school, I never knew. I only knew about World Star because I heard other kids talk about it. But they said they saw it from their mothers. My parents didn't watch BET, so I never knew about it. Or if they was watching it, they never had me around to watch it. And that goes to show you that what you watch can pollute these children's mind. What you do can also pollute these children's minds, right? So it all stems back to what's going on in the household. If the family ain't right, the kids ain't gonna be right. So if you're a parent that's trying to do right, you better have them kids try to follow in your footsteps. Because even coming in this truth, a lot of us was already in the world. You may have some brothers that may already been born in the truth, of course, but for the most part, even me, my father, my brothers, we was born into the world. So we had to follow the right way of living. Of course, thankfully, my father was actually trying to teach us how to actually conduct ourselves better instead of living the old lifestyle he used to live. So it helped us. None of us has a bad record or anything. So we strive to do better, not just in this far as in the society, because we just trying to do what we got to do, but in this truth, we got to follow the footsteps, right? But there's no structure in any of these homes because this is what we are portrayed to be. Look at social media. I'm sorry, that's not even the social media. Look at your music videos, right? Same thing. What do they promote the most? Gang violence, guns, and sleep with other men's women. Women can say they got another one in the chamber and all this other stuff, right? So this is Proverbs 30 and 20, and this is not specifically going into just the women, because this ain't what this is fully about, but this is to make you aware that this is what really goes on. Because what Esau's done, and you see, because you look at our society, sorry, not our society, you look at the society of America versus all these other nations out here. They got their women in check. Our women are the ones that run around rambunctious as hell, loud as hell, or the phone loud as hell. And you see how they treat the men. They get in an argument, the women raising their voice all sorts of loud for everybody here. Through the neighborhoods or the stores. It doesn't matter where. Right? This is Proverbs 30 and 20. It says, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness. Right? And that stems back to Esau, because Esau is giving these women the laws or the so-called rights to do these things, and they get away with it, even though it was a slow process. Right? And the funny part is now the women's actually being pushed back because of these transformers that Esau's supposed to be pushed in. See, everything was a slow process. It started off with us actually starting to do better, or at least so-called better. We went from one form of slavery to another form of slavery. They was like, okay, they have back then, because back then even Esau wasn't having that women do any type of form of working. That was the natural order. But see, Esau flipped the script and says, okay, now we're getting to the part where we can start giving these women some more rights. We can start letting them do things. We said now we can get into the part now that women don't need a man, right? And that was starting from white women. Even though Esau was the one who pushed it, but our women is the one who was captivated and followed with it. Then they did that whole, if I remember correctly, no bra thing. Can't remember. They threw bras up in the air and everything, right? And that was a form of denouncing a woman. They was saying that they could do everything a man can do, and that wasn't what they were supposed to. That wasn't what they were supposed to do, right? So Esau has plenty of ways to tricking out people and captivating them into certain things. He puts guns in the community. Guess what? Our people are going to strap up and go all out with each other, or against each other, I should say. You put crack in the community. Well, our people get curious, and now we take it to a whole new level. Weed that was something once illegal. Guess what? Now they make it more accessible. They got a weed store everywhere. I know there's a weed store downtown that I pass by sometimes from my old camp spot. It's right there. And they give you a card to make it to where you can get discounts on those suckers. So, any way to keep us oppressed, or any way to keep us from waking up, Esau will do it, because we're the biggest threat, especially with us waking up, because we carry a spiritual battle than a physical battle. Why? Because we have the Heavenly Father on our side, Lord willing. I'd say Lord willing for myself and various other brothers that's sincerely pushing this truth, right? Because our God is much more powerful than anything Esau can come up with. That's why he's going to try to fight the Lord with anything, but it's not going to work. That's part of the movie. We're deemed as the bad guys when we're really the good guys, and we're trying to tell the good of our people to wake up from this stuff. Not just. I'm not talking about just 2/3. We don't care about that. We care about the hopeful light that comes out of the 2/3, right? Because we have a second chance out of this mess. We're tired of seeing how our people act. I'm not talking about just women. I'm talking about the men too. I'm not even just talking about so-called black men, as they want to call it. I'm talking about the rest of the nations of Israel, because of how each part of us are stuck in our own ways, because we're not in our rightful rulership, right? There's a lot of problems that's going on. I'm not screwed. It's not just America. As far as so-called black men, you got Issachar, you got Reuben, Naphtali. You got all the tribes that that goes through hell. Look at the Haitians. I've seen a lot of their backgrounds of what's going on over there. It's just, damn near almost just as bad as here. So no matter where we go, we're going to have problems, and that's proof in itself. Through whether it be through our women or whatever the Lord has it set up, right? So this is Psalms 10:2. It says, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor; let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." Right? And and see what Esau's persecuted our people, and then persuaded them to persecute us because we don't follow in the same ways as what they're growing up to teach. Like, for example, back when I was in school, I didn't hear the word thought until I got to until after I got into high school. And I was like, what the hell is thought? They was like, you don't know what that means? You ain't keep it up? I was like, why would I keep up with that? That just sounds stupid. And then they tell me it just means that hoe over there. Why don't you just call her a hoe like y'all always been doing? Y'all just adding extra links to the words now. But they'll get mad about it. Or for example, as we always like to bring up, we don't like sleeping with other men's wives. And they get mad and like you should do it. He's like screw that guy. I'm like hell no. I don't want the same thing happening back to me. They don't care about that stuff though. So you see what happens here. Because you got our people that'll be against something whole time. Esau comes up with the smooth words or just pull it through the media. Our people follow it anyways. What people didn't follow before, they are following now. So, and that's where you got the agenda, right? And see that our people has been taken in the devices they have imagined at this point. They've been taken by the devices, and that's by the media. They started liking the media, then they started following all for it. Guess what happened with the media? From not just from your TV shows, but it started trending through your YouTubes, through now even the worst one of all, TikTok. Now you got people doing all the craziest stuff on that app, getting people killed left and right. One Jake is getting 15 years for assaulting someone and calling it said it was supposed to be a prank. So you see what all this heads. And it's just going to get worse from here on out. Or it's been getting worse. Each year it gets worse. Each month it gets worse. Right? This is why Esau needs to be taken down. Because you let this place go on another year, you see even more stuff coming out. Which you're going to see within the next couple months, believe it or not. Oh, it's already talk of World War III, which we're already been in. But they ready. Now U.S. is saying that it's telling people that you need to worry about China for this next World War. They say they should be in fear. Because I think last month they was talking about that they should be in fear because of Russia. Now it's China. So why are they advocating this? I thought this was supposed to be some great place. It's not anymore, right? Every nation is ready to take down this place. So I'm gonna get the last scripture. This is Isaiah 14:21. It says, "Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities." And you see what happens when this happens. This is a prime example. Because Esau possesses land and lets fill the face of the world with cities. And with those cities is embassies, all sorts of different places he could set up at and try to punish. I forgot what they call it when they try to punish other countries. Sanctions, but no one's putting sanctions on this place. Ain't that something crazy? But that's why this place needs to go to prevent what's going on with our people. Because it's just going to get worse. So I had to pause this video for a second. But Yeah, so we see what happens on our everyday everyday basis lives, and this is why we need to get out of here. But that's all I had going into that. So Lord willing, this is edifying, and with that, shalom.